one of the biggest film franchises in history, obviously, is the Avengers. They have been talking about doing this Marvel's Avengers game coming, and they've been talking about it for years. Now, while nobody has ever said it officially, the hope and expectations amongst a lot of fans has been that this new game will be a game version of the movies, that we will see the likenesses of Chris Evans as Captain America, of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, as Chris Evans as Thor, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, on and on and on and on. That's kind of been the hope and expectation of a lot of people. But to be fair, nobody has ever officially said that's what's going to be happening. Well, yesterday, at long last, they revealed their first presentation, I guess I wouldn't call it a trailer, presentation of the upcoming Marvel's Avengers game. And it was not what some people were hoping for. It was not what some people were hoping for. They were caught right away by the fact that, these are not the likenesses of the movie versions of the characters. This is an original story, all that kind of stuff. Now, since nobody's actually played the game, all anybody had to go off of was kind of what they saw. A lot of people weren't happy. There was a lot of social media backlash last night overall, and a lot of it had to do with what the characters looked like. One of my favorite things going around Twitter, I gotta say, one of my favorite things, whether I agree or disagree is a different thing, but one of my favorite things going around last night was this image that people came up. Of course, the top part is from the all-time great iconic spoof comedy Spaceballs. You idiots! You captured their stunt doubles, and you got these characters below that look nothing like the characters that we know and love, obviously. So that became a point of contention for a bunch of people last night. Rob, I'm going to tell you what, too. I was watching the game footage, and unlike when I saw the first Spider-Man game footage, where I was like, this game looks like fun. Like, I remember the first time they were rolling out that footage for that Spider-Man game, this just looks like fun. It looks immersive. It looks like it brings you into not the world of, it felt like it brought you into the life of Spider-Man, And it looked fun and great and looked like a high quality console game and stuff like that. Now, I am by far not the world's biggest expert on console gaming whatsoever. I'll be honest with you, Rob, though. I looked at this footage. It felt like a mobile game to me. It felt like a game I would pick up and play on my phone or tablet. It didn't feel like this 3 years in the making, highly anticipated, huge console release. And I'm not even talking about the fact that I was a little bit disappointed by, the likenesses of the character, because I also was one of those guys that was kind of looking forward to it actually playing the Avengers that we know from the movies. But that's a totally separate thing, and we got to be fair to them on that. Anyway, Rob, you had a chance to check out this bit of footage and trailer. How did you feel about the look of the game?
Well, I kind of felt like you did. I mean, I thought some of the graphics were obviously impressive, but the gameplay looked standard to me. Like, I think that I'm always looking for a different kind of gaming experience. Like, I don't play a lot of console games, but when I do, I'm drawn to them because, like the Uncharted franchise, when that first started, and I played all four of I think there's four now. There's an offshoot one, but I didn't play
with the girl characters.
Girls, I didn't play that one. But the four, if something about the game attracts me, like the Grand Theft Auto franchise, Red Dead Redemption, that kind of thing, I'll play it. But when I saw this, there was nothing, and this seems strange from an intellectual standpoint, like the gameplay, like how do you link up two characters to work together, or it just looked like a standard superhero game to me. And now I don't mind. It's funny because I didn't think that we were going to get likeness, like to get the likenesses of actors for a game. That costs a lot of money, and with the Avengers characters, it probably would have been so prohibitive to get the likeness rights. I never expected them to do that, but the game just didn't. It didn't. Why should I play this game as opposed to playing, say, I love Call of Duty? Why should I play Avengers simply because it's the Avengers? I need more of a reason, it sounds strange to say, but more of an intellectual reason to play that game.
Yeah, and it's funny too, because when you looked at the Star Wars game, the Fallen Order game, right? They took time and put out something that showed you this is how this game works. If you play this game, this is what you can expect in this game and the type of feel and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of felt like with that Marvel's Avengers thing, it almost felt like, and look, I'm using hyperbole here to be fair to the presenters, okay? I'm using hyperbole, but it almost felt like it's like, hey guys, This is Avengers, so you're going to buy it anyway. We don't have to tell you shit. You know, that's what it almost felt like a little bit. It's like, hey guys, it's Avengers. Look. Okay, tell us something about the game. It's the Avengers. All right, I get it. Like, you know, what's going to be the feel of it? Like, what's the operational procedure? What do you do in this game? It's the Avengers. Like, that's what I almost got a feel of that from it last night. And to a degree, they're right, because I'm looking at this and I'm still a bit interested in it simply because it is the Avengers.
Right.
But I really felt like, considering how long people have been waiting for stuff on this, it's a video game version of one of the most popular movie franchises of all time. And I just felt like it fell short. And I didn't come out of watching that presentation, whether it was because of the likenesses or whether it's because of they didn't really give me any sort of sense of what is it going to be like to play this game or anything like that. I found that I walked away from it not having any more excitement for it than I did before I saw it.
Well, you made a good point. Like when we saw the Spider-Man gameplay for the PS4, that game just looked fun.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of swinging, being a web slinger, swinging around New York City, which is a sandbox environment. If you did nothing but just swung around the environment with Spider-Man and you didn't even play anything, I would have done that for hours.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I would buy that just to play Spider-Man and swing between buildings. This game, like if they showed me a mode where you could just run around as the Hulk and smash buildings down, like you could just jump in and run through buildings, and just like if there was just a Hulk smash level, and you could go to like different cities and take down the Eiffel Tower, you know, or something like that, I'd be like, well, that's interesting.
I'd play that all day.
Or there was like a Hawkeye Black Widow tandem thing where somehow you have to go in and assault like a boat, like from the beginning of Winter Soldier or something, but you're Hawkeye and Black Widow harking back to Budapest or whatever the hell they were. And there was some interesting interplay between the two characters that you as a player could jump between the two of them. I don't know. I didn't see any of that. Like the gameplay looks like just another Marvel. I mean, it's not, but I don't mean to diss on the game because we've just seen a clip.
Yeah, it doesn't even come out till next year.
Yeah, but it's silly to make this kind of a judgment. But in terms of gaming now, what makes a game fun to play? And it isn't just having characters that you know. It's got to be the gameplay itself. It's got to be the way it's presented. And you know, it didn't wow me.
All right, well, guys, the question comes down to you for this is, what did you think about it? As a matter of fact, that is going to be the topic of today's question of the day. Today's question of the day is this. You know, there are some people who are really looking forward to this thing, but we're expecting the likenesses. Do you think it was a mistake for the video game developers not to develop this game with the likenesses of the characters from the movies? Or is it perfectly fine that they didn't? Jump on over to my Twitter, which is simply @John Campea, and we'll jump over a little bit later in the show to see what type of responses you guys are giving to that.